The yellow flag is still out at Indianapolis. The leader, Leonard, second place, Unser, then Gurney, Holm, Kenyon, and Pollard. And the big question now is, when the green comes out, will there be time enough left for Unser to make up the difference? Looks like it'll be about 6 or 7 seconds.
Yes, it looks as though it'll be at least that much, and of course, whether or not he can make that up in the 7 or 8 or 10 laps that'll be left is very difficult to know at this time.
There's the green flag. It's out. The race is underway again. There goes the turbine.
And Joe Leonard is slowing down for some reason.
The turbine is stopping. This is absolutely unbelievable. A year ago, we saw almost exactly the same thing when Parnelli Jones, driving the very first turbine to appear in this race, stopped with, well, less laps than this to go. But it's the same thing all over again. Leonard has just stopped. Do you have any idea what could have happened, Roger?
I have absolutely no idea whatsoever. If he didn't run out of fuel, I just can't possibly imagine what could have happened. Perhaps another transmission failure.
The crowd loves what's happened. They're all for the old-fashioned piston engines against the newfangled turbine. Chris Economaki is down in the Granatelli pits with Parnelli Jones.
Parnelli, what do they think it is?
Well, they don't really know for sure, and of course the fellas haven't come back. They went down after the car and after Joe Leonard.
Could it be fuel?
Well, there's some question there, but I really don't think so. They fueled the car. I seen the fuel overflow out the top when they pitted the last time myself.
You're the one guy that knows how he feels, aren't you?
Well, I certainly do.
And here's an ironic sight, a crushed Joe Leonard walking past Victory Lane, where he would have been in a very few minutes had the car not broken down. A quick glance to what might have been. Back to Chris again.
Andy, 2 years running. What do you think is wrong out there with the car? Could it be fuel?
No. I'll be right back.
Andy Granatelli, understandably disappointed.
And he didn't have too much to say, and as Chris said, that's understandable. There's the car being pushed into the infield. Just absolutely at a dead stop. Leonard saying something to Andy. Heading back towards the pits. Chris Economaki still standing by.
Joe, what a tough break for you. Joe Leonard here, being commiserated with. Joe, do you know what happened to the car?
No, I don't know. Just like as if somebody turned the key off, Chris.
Tough break, Joe. Tough break.
Roger, can you believe this? Look at this. The other turbine has stopped. Art Pollard.
Well, this is the most unbelievable thing I ever have seen. Actually, we thought that these turbines were invincible. We believed that none of them would experience any problems of any kind, and now they're all out.
Graham Hill went out in a crash, but the other two have just plain stopped in the closing laps of this automobile race. The 1968 Indianapolis 500, one that will be remembered for a long, long time.
This is certainly one of the most unbelievable things I have ever seen.
Remember, Unser is the leader now, all by himself. He's way, way ahead of Dan Gurney, who has now moved into second place. There is Dennis Holm into the pits for an unscheduled pit stop.
It's a tough break for Denny. He was doing a great job. He had a third spot all wrapped up, and a blown engine. That's car number 82.
Jimmy McElreath, right.
Yes.
McElreath, who was in an accident earlier, has now blown his engine and is out of it. It's just one thing after another. And Bobby Unser, I'm sure, wishes it was all over before something happens to his car.
I'm sure he does. However, he's sitting in a good spot. He's looking at second spot. Dan Gurney is about 100 yards in front of him. And, of course, Bobby is able to keep his eye on him. That way he knows all the time where second place is.
White flag is out for the leader. Bobby Unser has 1 lap to go. Mel Kenyon, by the way, has moved into third place. There is Bobby's mother in the white raincoat, rooting him home. She's had 3 sons who are race drivers. One was killed here in Indianapolis some 10 years ago. The other was in the race today and crashed. But Bobby, it looks like, is going to be a winner.
It certainly appears that way. Of course, the Unser family are racing people. They've had many uncles. They got their fame out of Pikes Peak, but he certainly looks great here today.
Bobby Unser cruising home to victory at Indianapolis before this huge crowd in his Rizlone Special.
Here is the white flag for Dan Gurney.
The checkered flag is ready.
Checkered flag. A popular victory.
And that's it. It's all over. Bobby Unser has won at Indy. Dan Gurney will finish second. A most popular victory here for the young man who has now won 4 races in a row on the USAC Trail.
You see Mr. Wilkie, the car owner there, certainly understandably very happy. The crew is elated over this victory.
Judd Phillips, the chief mechanic, being congratulated there.
Bobby waving to the crowd as he probably doesn't quite believe it yet himself.
Well, he sure made sure by taking an extra lap there just in case. I think you did that yourself one time, didn't you?
Yes, as a matter of fact, I did. I know exactly how he feels. It's a little hard to believe this right now.
That was Gurney getting the checkered flag for second place. Mel Kenyon is going to finish third. There he goes. Just listen to this for a minute. Unser moving into victory lane. The spot that every American race driver dreams about, must literally dream about sometimes, Roger, until he finally makes it.
Well, they certainly do dream about it, and of course, many European drivers would also like to find that little spot.
No question of that. There's Mrs. Unser again, and here is Bobby. The horseshoe of flowers waiting for him, and the glass of milk, and the beauty queen, of course. His mother again, a great moment for the entire Unser family. Brother Al was joining in that celebration in the pits, even though his car crashed today. Bobby and his wife. And now kissing his little daughter. We're going to try to have a word with this winner in just a minute.